we're going to be interviewing Joseph from back in history. Okay, hey Joseph, the first question I have for you today is, what was Pharaoh's dream that everyone was trying to interpret?
To cut a long story short, it was about 10 good cows and good crops and 10 bad cows. Oh, sorry, 7. Sorry.
Oh no!
Welcome to the Talamoni News. Today we have an interview from Joseph himself, way back when in history. He's going to be telling us the story of how he came from jail all the way up until second in command from Pharaoh. Hey Joseph, so what was Pharaoh's dream that everybody was trying to interpret?
Well, to shorten the dream, it was a pretty long dream, but it was about 7 good crops and cows and 7 bad crops and bad cows. Crops. Yeah.
So,
Why?
I forgot my question. God.
It was about 7 cows, healthy, good cows, and 7 healthy crops, and 7 bad, ugly cows and bad crops. And what happened was these, the bad cows and the bad crops, they ate the good cows and crops. They swallowed them up there. Strangled them in that. Yeah.
Wow, that's an interesting dream. Yeah. I wouldn't know how to interpret that. But before we get to your interpretation, how did you get called by Pharaoh to come and interpret the dream?
Oh, that's a good question, because you see, I spent some time in prison, and yeah, I was shared a cell with the Pharaoh's wine bearer, and him and the baker. There was a baker there too, and they had dreams, but these dreams troubled them, so they needed some interpretation to know what the dreams were about. So I happened to have this gift from God to interpret dreams. So I interpreted this dream for these 2 men, and they came to pass, and these things happened. And so once he was released, and he found out that Pharaoh was looking for someone to interpret his dreams, he told the Pharaoh about me, and then I was summoned to the Pharaoh.
Oh, famine. So, how did you become second in command?
So after I interpreted this dream to Pharaoh, he needed a plan to help Egypt get through this famine, and he thought he saw God use me in interpreting his dream. So he thought I was the man fit for the job. So he appointed me to be second in charge of him. So I answered to no one else but him. And yeah, we came up with a plan to get through the famine.
Wow, that was amazing. So our story ended up from someone from jail, and then ended up being second in command from history of an amazing story how Joseph helped Pharaoh throughout the 7 years of famine. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Welcome back to Talamoni Youth. Here we are retelling the story of Joshua. According to the biblical book named after him, Joshua was personally appointed successor to Moses and a charismatic warrior who led Israel in the conquest of Canaan after the exodus from Egypt.
After sending spies into Canaan to report on the enemy's morals, Joshua led the Israelites in an invasion across the Jordan River. He took the important city of Jericho and then captured other towns in the north and south until most of Palestine was brought under Israelite control.
He then divided the conquered lands among the 12 tribes of Israel and then bade farewell to his people, admonishing them to be loyal to the God of covenant.
That is all from Joshua's story. Peace out.
A few moments later.
Successor to Moses. Deuteronomy 31 verse 1 to 8 and 39.
You don't have to read the back.
I got you, homie!
You don't have to read the packet. It's okay.
And
Okay, I'll read the first beginning.
Because I can't see it, I'm blind.
Charismatic. Okay, I'll just read the first beginning that's highlighted.
Oh, sorry. After sending spies into Canaan to I can't see shepherds. Joshua led the Israelites in an
Invasion.
invasion. Team Marsden out. No, it's the Team Marsden out for you guys.
News! What was Pharaoh's dream?
His dream was about